Hello everyone, greetings of the day. I am there in front of you once again, but this time with a different subject altogether. Yes, today I'll not be taking F&B management for you, but today's session is all about marketing management. Yes, marketing management. And the topic which we are going to start by today is market and market segmentations. Today's topic, market and market segmentation, is explained with the help of 5 key points, wherein the first one is introduction to market, second one is market classification, the third one is market segmentation, fourth is importance of market segmentation, and the last one for the day would be types of market segmentation. So these are 5 major points to be understood out of today's topic. So let's quickly get into this and understand all these points in detail. Dear students, before we understand the entire concept of market and market segmentation, let us quickly understand the introductory part of market. When we talk about the introduction of market, market can be introduced as a group of consumers or organizations which are permitted by law to deal with any of the transactions with regards to certain products, maybe for production or purchase of those products. Moving forward, when we look into the another concept, the other way how a market can be known is a market can be a place which has a gathering of people coming up to either transact for purchase or else for sales of basic requirements such as livestock and commodities for their basic requirements. Moving further, it also can be known as a place wherein the commercial transactions can happen. In a layman's term, means in a common man's idea, market is nothing else than a place or else a medium wherein they can either buy or they can sell things. Now, moving further, let us understand how the market is classified. The market is classified under 2 basic categories, and those categories are consumer market and the second one is organizational market. As we can understand by the names given here, that the one which is given here as a consumer market will definitely satisfy the basic requirements of the consumers, those who are coming up to buy or purchase things from them. And on the other hand, you have organizational market. This is something wherein organizations or else companies do move in to either buy or else to sell certain goods or services to satisfy their basic requirements. Now, let's quickly move forward to understand what a consumer market is. Consumer market. This is nothing else than a concept wherein people come up at a level to satisfy their basic requirements. These basic requirements are handled by companies to ensure that the clients are satisfied with their services and goods provided to them. To understand consumer market in detail, we need to understand the term consumer first of all. Consumer means all the individuals or households who buy goods and services from their personal or household consumptions. This means either you buy certain things for your own use or else you buy it for your family. The same way, a consumer market is a place or else a medium which satisfies all these consumers and their basic needs and wants. Let us understand the concept of consumer markets with few examples. If we talk about examples, let's take few examples that we utilize on a daily basis. For an example, when we move out in the market to buy sweets, clothes, furnitures, grocery, etc., we do not do anything but we basically satisfy our basic requirements, our basic needs, which may be completely personal to an individual or else for the family. So that is all about the consumer market. I believe the examples quoted at the bottom of the slide would have given us a clear idea of what a consumer market is all about. Moving further, we need to understand the next concept of market classification, which is organizational market. When we talk about organizational market, it involves a huge amount of investment and it is at a next level. It is generally believed that the organizations are engaged in selling their products and services to their customers. This is true, but they also buy a lot of raw material at least to produce a finished good. Away from raw materials, manufactured components, plants, equipments, supplies, and business services can also be provided from an organizational market. Moving further, we need to understand what a market segmentation is all about. Market segmentation. Basically, it refers to a situation wherever a market for a product or service consists of two or more buyers, then market is considered to be eligible of being segmented. Let's take an example and understand the same. If you have more than two buyers with two different choices from a same kind of a product, we can consider that a market segmentation is created. People with different choices for a same kind of a product will give an opportunity for market to create a segment of its own. Basically, market segmentation gives an opportunity for the consumers to buy things of their choices from various segments, and to the organizations and the buyers and sellers at a larger level to create a situation wherein more opportunities are available to identify the products of their choices and specifically discriminate between all of them, may it be on the basis of their choices, may it be on the basis of the quality of the product even. After understanding what market segmentation is, now it's time for us to move ahead and understand the importance of market segmentation. Importance of market segmentation is highly recommended for the marketeers or else the businessmen in terms of improving their efficiency with regards to time, money, and resources. Market segmentation allows companies to understand their clients more. They gain a better understanding of customers, their needs, and their requirements. This also gives an opportunity to these companies to create a tailor-made program which helps them to provide and sell more products to the clients according to their choices and preferences. After understanding the importance of market segmentation, we need to go ahead and understand the types of market segments. When we talk about market segments, it is concerned with two different segments, which are: first one, dividing the customers into homogeneous divisions, and the second one, revising the appropriate market mix to maximize profitability of the operations. Moving further, we need to understand segments which are explained here one after the other one. The first one to understand is a territorial or graphic segmentation. When we talk about this category of segmentation, we need to understand in a way that India can be divided into two different regions, which would be rural market and urban market. Similarly, the Indian market can be divided into a state-wise, and each state may have a specific segment to represent. These type of segmentation is followed to ensure that allocation of different regions or territories to be done for salesmen. Let us understand how basically it happens with an example. For an example, any of the product which needs to be sold throughout the nation, but by looking into the demand, we need to ensure the supply within the same state or same region. After the territorial segmentation, the next one that we have is a demographic segmentation. Under this category of demographic segmentation, customers are classified into homogeneous groups. Under demographic segmentation, like age, gender, educational background, their source of income, and few more. When we talk about demographic segmentation and we focus on age group, it has been observed that people in a same age group can be attracted or they can be approached by a same type of sources to be utilized for publicity. The same applies to people coming under a same group of income sources. The spending power or the capacity to spend money to buy certain things in terms of goods and services by people would categorize them under the demographic segmentation of market. In the same way, groups on the basis of gender also plays a major role in the demographic form of segmentation. After demographic segmentation, we have the next one, which is socio-psychological segmentation. It is explained over here that different social classes have different spending patterns. Means people from different social classes have different choices, different preferences, and they prefer to spend in different ways. These social preferences or social classes are even affected by aggressiveness, submissiveness, and degree of caution. After the socio-psychological segmentation of markets, the next one is going to be a need-oriented segmentation of market. When we talk about need-oriented segmentation, here the segmentation is done on the basis of needs or benefits that a customer obtains or receives from the goods. This is completely on the basis of the needs or the requirements or the type of need what a customer has. The customer would select any of the products or services only if it is required or needed to them. Next one is volume segmentation. This is a kind of segmentation or classification which involves the segmentation of market on the basis of use, such as heavy, medium, light. In certain cases, it may even have a category wherein no consumption or no utilization is also observed. Volume segmentation may also further be classified or segmented on the basis of demographic segmentation. When we talk about volume segmentation, it is also known as quantitative segmentation. Moving further, we have qualitative segmentation. Let us understand what qualitative segmentation is all about. In this type of segmentation, the emphasis is placed over a repeat purchase by the buyers. This is an extension of the volume segmentation. Volume segmentation, as we all know, is nothing else than but a quantitative segmentation. Moving further within the same segmentation, it is important for us to understand that the socio-economic characteristics cannot be considered when the heavy or light consumption is observed. After qualitative segmentation, the next that we have is a product segmentation. The product segmentation basically draws our attention towards the difference amongst various products. When we talk about product segmentation, it is less rational approach than compared to the market segmentation unless there are many differences available within a product involved. Differentiated marketing helps the organizational market products to satisfy market requirements and demands. This is comparatively a better approach to satisfy customer needs as well. Now, the last one for the time being is a lifestyle segmentation. This segmentation involves the basic lifestyle of humankind. Ideally, when we talk about lifestyle segmentation, there are a few questions which would define this particular category, and they are the preferences and choices of humankind, the stage of life what they are in, their income and education, and along with that, the kind of choices they have to spend their time. That is all for the time being with regards to market and market segmentations. I believe you people would have understood the entire topic. If not, do not forget to share your doubts and solve them on the given email ID. I believe you all are safe at your home. Do take care of yourself. Stay home, study well, and enjoy. Thank you so much. Bye bye.